Hey YouTube, Motor Racing Network, Steve Post here. So glad you've joined us on our Diecast review show. We are up and running this season with our weekly show here talking about Diecast and talking about NASCAR racing. The season is upon us this weekend. The Sprint Unlimited and pole qualifying for the Great American Race, the Daytona 500. But we're looking back a little bit with some of our Diecast, at least with this first one, to 2015. Our reigning champ, Kyle Busch, of course, the M&M's colors on his Toyota. This was his Kentucky race-winning car. So really exciting as we get these race-winning cars in. Great memories, and for you Kyle Busch fans, that's one you need to make sure you have in your collection of his championship-winning season, the race winner from Kentucky. Now, 2016 Diecast is rolling in on a regular basis, so make sure you keep checking back with us if you have one that you prefer, because we've got them in stock and they're coming in, it seems like every day we're getting cars in. Here is Kevin Harvick's Jimmy John's car. Now, what makes this different? The Busch Beer sponsorship. Brand new this year. They've gone from Budweiser to Busch Beer, and now it will have the Busch colors on Kevin Harvick's car. So we have got the 2016 model in. 2016 Danica Patrick. Gone are the green, orange, and black colors of GoDaddy in the powder blue and white Nature's Bakery car, and we have Danica Patrick Diecast in stock as well. Dale Earnhardt Jr. This the Tax Slayer car for Dale Earnhardt Jr. Now, I'm not sure what we have left of this one, and here's something we need to let you know. We're doing things a little bit different this year. We talk a lot about pre-orders. Pre-ordering is more important this year than ever before with us at Plan B Sales. There are a lot of cars. We are simply going to order what our pre-order number is, and if you don't get it pre-ordered, then we won't have one for you when it arrives in stock. Remember, your credit cards, debit cards are not charged until it's shipped, but the pre-order locks one in with your name on it, so we can order it from Lionel and get it. And that may very well be the case with this Tax Slayer car, as we didn't have many extras, and I believe we may be out of them, but I want to take this opportunity to tell you, pre-order. And when all else fails, pre-order, because that is going to be what assures you to get your favorite car. Now, we have some really cool historic cars that are brand new that just came in. Look at this Davey Allison ARCA car from 1985. It's a Buick, the Miller American Buick. And Davey Allison, of course, tragically we lost him way too soon. But if you're a fan of the Allison family, the Alabama gang, this is one you're going to want from Davey Allison. Again, a 1985 ARCA Buick that Davey wheeled. And how about this beauty for Jeff Gordon? A 1995 DuPont rainbow colored car for Jeff Gordon. Chevrolet Monte Carlo. It is a classic car that Jeff Gordon raced along the way before he moved to the television booth, where we'll see him starting this weekend down at Daytona. So another classic car that you're going to want to make sure you have in your collection. Now, stay right with us. We're going to have your questions in just a little bit, but here are some more cars that recently arrived here at PlanBSales.com. Oh, I love when we see the new cars come in, whether it's 2016 editions or whether it's some cars that we're still catching up on from last year. Keep your eye on PlanBSales.com. There's cars arriving all the time, and maybe your favorite will be arriving sometime soon. Now, let's go to some questions. This is our favorite part of the videos. Your questions from right down below. Just type those questions in, and who knows, maybe we'll answer them on a future edition of this Diecast review show. Chase24 Elliott fan says, do you respect the decision for Furniture Row changing to a Toyota from a Chevrolet? Yes, I do, and I think this boils down to pecking order. When you look at the Chevrolet camp, Furniture Row was never going to be bigger than Rick Hendrick. They were never going to be bigger or more entrenched with Chevrolet with Richard Childress Racing. That left them kind of in the category of hoping to be third, but with Chip Ganassi in there, maybe they were even fourth as far as the pecking order of the teams. When you look at the Toyota teams, you've got Joe Gibbs Racing, of course, at the top of that pecking order, and they are aligned with Joe Gibbs Racing. So they put themselves right at the top of a manufacturer's pecking order. I think it's a good move. and the collaboration between these two. We were talking to Martin Truex Jr. and some of the folks, not only from Furniture Row, but from Joe Gibbs Racing, and these two teams are working together seamlessly. I think it bolsters everything, and I think it even bolsters it. After a great season for Furniture Row, I think it's a good move for them to get over into the Toyota camp. Walker988 writes in and says, do you think we will see Joe Gibbs dominate in the summer again? I really see no reason not to believe that from the performance perspective. I think the cars are all going to be good. From the driver perspective, as a matter of fact, I think there's some cases you could make that maybe a guy like Carl Edwards might be a little bit better with the rules package. Now again, they have to get their arms around the rules package. That's a challenge that everyone has had, but Joe Gibbs Racing, I'm assuming, can do it as well as anyone else. But maybe you take this looser race car, this less grounded, less downforce race car, and it may play into a guy like Carl Edwards' hands. So I think you're going to see Joe Gibbs Racing look awful good this season. As dominant as they were last year, I'm not sure that's tough to duplicate, but I think they're going to be one of the teams to watch and one of the teams to beat week in and week out as we roll through this 2016 season. Mr. Speed writes in, and how do you think Kevin Harvick will do this year? Will he keep up his dominance or will his performance drop off? Well, there is no reason, Mr. Speed, to believe that their performance is going to drop off. They have gone 2 straight years with strong performance. They are aligned with the powerhouse Hendrick Motorsports team. Harvick is on the top of his game. His crew chief, Rodney Childers, is on the top of the game. They lost one guy, went over to be crew chief for Tony Stewart. They brought a couple guys in and keep working on it, but that team is intact and strong, and Kevin Harvick will be alive and well into the chase next year. I am fairly confident about that. And finally, B-Trox19, he wrote in with this one. I have 2 questions. Who will be the season's biggest upset, and who will be Rookie of the Year in Cup? And I'm really going to tie these two together. We have got a great rookie class this season. Listen to this. Chris Buescher, Brian Scott, Ryan Blaney, and Chase Elliott. That is a strong, strong rookie class this year, and I'm looking forward to watching all of them race. But I think the Rookie of the Year may very well be the season's biggest upset. And I'm not sure it's a huge upset, but I think Ryan Blaney in that Wood Brothers car is going to be awful stout. Remember, they are allied with Penske Racing. This is going to be very comparable to what Joey Logano and Brad Keselowski are rolling out on the racetrack every week, and Ryan Blaney is a wheelman. I wouldn't be surprised if Ryan Blaney maybe cracks victory lane and wins the Rookie of the Year, but boy, it's going to be a good contest with that great field of rookies. So there you have it, some of your questions. We'll do some more questions again next week here on the Diecast Review Show. Keep those questions coming in. We'll keep them in tow and keep answering a few of them as we go on. Keep checking back to the website, and remember what we told you earlier about pre-ordering. Pre-ordering is so important in 2016. Make sure if you see something coming in the pipeline that you want, get it pre-ordered, because that way we have one with your name on it. For all your diecast needs, check us out at planbsales.com, and thank you for joining us here on the Diecast Review Show. We love that you guys are getting involved with us here on YouTube. We have the comments below. Feel free to mention your comments here. Follow us on Twitter at PlanBSales, and we'll keep you informed on what we have. And please get some back and forth conversation going, because we love talking racing and love talking with you race fans out there, and we appreciate the business you do give us.